The Instagram algorithm, I swear, all artists hate it. With algorithm changes, it can be really difficult to stay on top of things and know what strategy to follow. And unfortunately, the strategy that you've been following probably isn't working because of new Instagram changes. So this video is simple, very easy, and it means that you can get on top of Instagram's changes and make sure you're hacking that algorithm to get the most growth, the most engagement, and most importantly, the biggest fan base. Imagine every post that you're putting up is getting comments, it's getting likes, your DMs are full, all your stories get viewed. It means when you have a song ready to drop, you put it on Instagram and immediately people go to Spotify, they go to Apple Music, or they go watch your music video. It's easy to promote when you've got that audience there. So what are the changes? What are the changes that I'm talking about which have meant that you have to change your strategy? Well, most importantly, the thing you will have noticed is when you're on your feed, obviously it's not chronological anymore, so it doesn't show by the time that people upload. It shows based on how often you engage with that person and how much you're likely to engage with that post. Also, when you get to the bottom of your feed, when you've seen all the posts, it will suggest you content to view. You'll get suggested content through your feed, you'll get suggested people to follow when you're on PC, you'll even get suggested people to follow on your story. Instagram is pushing out accounts that are getting engagement, and this is actually a huge thing for artists. It means you can get your Instagram account out to a wider audience organically, and organically means free. Instagram is free as it is, but imagine getting pushed out to a wider audience, not even the audience you have, a wider audience for free. If you watch our channel, you may have heard us say things such as post constantly on Instagram stories, post 3 times a day, make sure you're posting on the feed as much as you can. And this has now changed. Instead of posting more consistently, you need to post with more of a reason. You need to post with the aim to get engagement. And this is on every part of Instagram. So stories, feed, Instagram TV, and Reels. There's a lot going on Instagram at the moment. So the first tip that I have for you is stop focusing on quantity and focus more on quality. And this is because Instagram are focusing on the comments. They're focusing on how many times it's getting shared. It's focusing on how many times you're getting replies to your stories. So if you're constantly posting on Instagram without much reason behind each post and not giving anything for the audience to actually engage with, it's going to mean that every post you put out is going to get less and less engagement. It's going to be pushed out to less people. So instead of going quantity, go quality. And if possible, try and get both. Because Instagram judges you not just on that one post, but on your quality of your profile. So if you have one post that doesn't do that well, don't really worry about it. Don't delete it and think that this is the end of your Instagram profile. Instead, see it as my whole profile is strong, so that post just wasn't. But if you're consistently putting out content which isn't getting engagement, then your whole profile score is going to drop. And that's when they're not going to push you out anymore, which a lot of you might be finding. We're hearing so many artists say that they go to post something and think, what's the point? My posts aren't getting pushed out anyway. And that's most probably because each post you put out before that wasn't worth engaging with. And we'll talk about how you can get people to engage with that content you're putting out a little bit later, so stick around for that. The second thing that you can be doing to make sure that you're actually getting engagement and Instagram is pushing you out to a wider audience is checking your Instagram insights to see when your audience are most likely to be active. Instagram states that it doesn't matter what happens in that first 30 minutes like everyone thinks it does. However, it does help to have each post social proofed. And by this, I mean, if you initially get comments from people, other people are more likely to comment. And the people that are likely to comment are your main audience. So if you post at a time when they're active, they're going to comment. So when it gets pushed out to a wider audience, they're more comfortable commenting as well. So go to your Instagram insights and you can see the times of days where your audience are most active. And if you find that your audience are actually in a different time zone to you, so you're from the UK and your audience are US based, you can use the scheduling app, which means that the actual post you put out goes live at the time you want it to, even if you're asleep. One we would highly suggest you use, and one we use ourselves, little plug for our Instagram there, go give it a follow, is an app called Later. And it just means that you can schedule posts, you can schedule stories, it's super easy to do. The third thing that you can be doing is experimenting with videos. So Instagram actually put to bed the rumor that videos and pictures don't get treated equally. They said they do, they get pushed out the same. However, You're 4 times more likely to have a video put on the explore page rather than an image. So although they may get treated the same on the feed, if you post a video, you're more likely to get onto people's explore page. And that page is key for discovery. If you get new people discovering you through that, it's amazing. Plus, videos are better for musicians. People can hear your music. They can hear your voice if you're talking. So start experimenting with videos a little bit more, because I'm seeing so many artists having a full feed of just pictures. The 4th thing you can be doing, and this has not really changed, but Instagram has made comments on this, which means it's a really big deal now, is not getting fake interaction. How many of you have followed and unfollowed, been in engagement pods, or even paid to have fake likes or fake comments? Well, it's time to stop now, because Instagram has said that this doesn't actually help your reach, and if anything, can harm it. There are plenty of occasions we've seen artists come to us saying, I've got this amount of followers, but hardly any engagement. Why is this? And you look a little bit further into it and they've either had someone buy their likes for them or done it themselves without realizing it's going to impact their reach. The minute you do this, you could potentially get shadow banned, which basically means that Instagram doesn't put your posts out anymore. So please, 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 I am begging you, stay away from this. Number 5, and the thing you've been waiting for, how to get more engagement. You need to push for engagement, because this is what Instagram is looking at now. When I say you need to change your strategy, it's because I'm saying you need to focus on getting engagement and push for it. So the first thing you can be doing is in captions. You can be creating captions which push people to comment. So this could be a question. This could be using humor, this could be telling a story. Think, how can someone comment on this? Because often, if it's just a picture of you playing live or a picture of you in the band, what could someone even comment? And the best possible place to get engagement is on stories. Stories are getting viewed more frequently than feed posts now. So your audience are likely to see your story posts if you're at the top of their list. And the only way to get to the top is to have a relationship with them, which means they're constantly viewing your profile or viewing your stories or replying to your stories. And that's when it goes back to the point of being not constantly posting, but more having good things to post, because they're going to view it if they know that every time they click your story, it's going to be something good. So instead of every day posting a picture of your guitar, you only post when you've got something to say. You only post when you've got a new riff you've written, potentially when you want to show them some new lyrics and get their opinion on it. So pushing for engagement on stories is fairly easy, because if you've told a story through your stories, then people will automatically comment. But you can also use some of Instagram's features. You can use polls, you can use questions, you can use stickers, you can use GIFs, and that really helps for humor. You can even put a music sticker on your story. It's like Instagram was literally made for artists. So for everyone that's complaining about their reach, this is your answer. It's time to change your Instagram strategy, and to judge how well you're doing, make sure you're looking at your insights. Everyone's audience is different. Every artist is different. So I can't tell you directly what to post, but if you have any questions about what you're posting, or you need a little bit of advice personally, make sure to comment below, or give us a follow on Instagram and you can DM us there. We reply to every single DM we get, and as should you. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't joined the community yet, make sure to subscribe, and hopefully now you love Instagram just as much as I do. I'll see you in the next video.